You're about to witness what no camera was ever meant to show. The brutal reality of war. Deep inside the front lines, where the Ukrainian Azov Forces face off against Russian soldiers, in a fight that defines survival itself. Explosions, fear, courage, all captured from inside the battlefield. This is war up close. You're about to step inside a world few have ever seen. The battlefield itself. Smoke rises, gunfire echoes, and the ground trembles as Ukrainian Azov fighters face the full force of a Russian assault. This isn't just war, this is survival. The morning begins in silence. Cold wind cuts through broken buildings. Soldiers check their weapons, whisper final words, and wait. Then, a single explosion shatters the calm. Russian troops advance, shadows moving through fog. Positions, someone shouts. Within seconds, the Azov line comes alive. Bullets tear through the air, sparks fly, and every heartbeat feels like an explosion. Dust fills the camera. The world becomes smoke and noise. But inside that chaos, there's focus. One soldier reloads, another gives cover, a third pulls a wounded friend behind a wall. Orders mix with screams, radios crackle, and still they hold the line. These men aren't fighting for glory, they're fighting for home. A drone hums overhead, capturing the chaos below. Fire, movement, courage, fear, all in a single frame. The Azov unit pushes forward, meter by meter, reclaiming ground lost hours before. Every step is earned in blood and dust. When the smoke finally clears, silence returns. The camera drifts over destroyed buildings, helmets on the ground, and exhausted soldiers staring into nothing. For them, this was just one more day, one more battle in a war that never seems to end. And yet, through the ruins, one thing remains: the will to fight. Because inside the battlefield, courage isn't a choice. It's the only way to stay alive.
Move, move, move! Where's Fives? Fives!
As dawn breaks, a thick fog rolls across the ruins of a destroyed town on Ukraine's eastern front. The sounds of distant artillery echo through the valley. Somewhere beyond the smoke, the Azov soldiers prepare for another day that could be their last. For months, they've been holding this sector, fighting off waves of Russian assault, trying to push deeper into Ukrainian territory. Every wall, every trench, every burned-out building tells the same story: resistance. Inside their command post, orders come through the radio. Enemy movement detected 2 kilometers east. Prepare defensive positions. The soldiers nod silently. No one speaks because everyone knows what comes next. Through the fog, shapes begin to move. The lookout raises his binoculars. Russian troops advancing under cover of trees. 3 squads moving fast. Positions, someone shouts. Within seconds, rifles are ready. Fingers tighten on triggers. The silence of dawn turns into chaos. Gunfire crackles, echoing through the forest. Bullets around slice through the air. The ground shakes as mortars land nearby. The war has come to life again. Reload. Keep the line steady, yells the squad leader. Dust and smoke fill the air. Every heartbeat feels like an explosion.
Bravo team!
The Azov fighters return fire, pinning down the enemy with precision shots. They move between cover, broken walls, shattered vehicles, and piles of concrete. Communication is quick and sharp, no room for mistakes. A drone flies overhead, capturing the chaos. The flashes of gunfire, the burning fields, the smoke trails curling into the sky. The enemy pushes hard, trying to break through the left flank. But the Azov soldiers hold their ground. Every meter, every corner, defended with their lives. We can't fall back, one of them shouts over the noise. The commander replies, "We don't retreat. We survive." In moments like these, courage becomes instinct. These men are not just fighting for land. They're fighting for home, for their families, their freedom, their future. Each soldier carries memories of what they've lost. Homes destroyed, loved ones gone, cities reduced to ashes. And yet, their determination grows stronger with every shell that lands nearby. "We fight so our children won't have to," one soldier whispers as he reloads. His hands are shaking, but his eyes are focused. There's no room for fear anymore, only purpose. In the distance, the sound of artillery grows louder. Russian tanks are approaching. The Azov unit braces for impact. Command orders a tactical shift. A small team will move around the side and hit the Russian flank. It's a dangerous maneuver. The men know it could be suicide, but they go anyway. Crawling through rubble, they move silently through smoke and debris. Each step feels heavier than the last. In the ruins of a broken factory, they spot movement. Russian soldiers setting up a position. The team leader signals, "On my mark." 3 seconds. 2, 1. The ambush erupts. Gunfire, shouts, chaos. The Russians scramble for cover, surprised and overwhelmed. Within minutes, the flank collapses. Azov forces regain control of the sector. It's a small victory, but on the battlefield, even small victories mean survival. The sun begins to fade. Smoke drifts across what was once a quiet village. The ground is scarred, the air thick with dust and gunpowder. The surviving soldiers move carefully through the wreckage, checking for movement, for life. The battlefield is silent again, but it's not peace. It's the silence that comes after destruction. The kind of silence that makes you realize what war truly costs. A soldier removes his helmet and sits on a broken wall, staring at the horizon. His face is dirty, exhausted, but his eyes are steady. "We held the line," he says softly. "That's what matters." What you just heard, what you just saw, is only one day in a war that continues to change history. Behind every explosion, every bullet, there are human stories of courage, fear, loss, and survival. These soldiers fight not because they want to, but because they must. Inside the battlefield, there are no heroes, only survivors. And as the night falls over the Eastern Front, both sides prepare for the next clash, the next day, the next mission, the next sacrifice. If you want to see how drone warfare changed everything in this conflict, stay tuned. The next episode reveals how technology turns soldiers into shadows in the sky. Subscribe, stay alert, and remember, war is never just about who wins. It's about who's left standing when the smoke clears.